Previously on Dies Irae.
逃がすかよ。楽しもうぜ、ザラトゥストラ。今度こそ当たりだよな。
いいわ、私が試してあげる。追いかけっこを続けましょう。ただし、まがいものだったらただじゃ済まさないからね。
感じさせてもらおうぜ。まだ始まったばかりじゃねえか。
そうよね、ベイ。まさかあの子だとは思わなかったけど。
ここにスワスチカを完成させ、ハイドリヒ教らを呼び戻す。副首領閣下もそのために己の代理を使わしているのでしょうし、ここは静観しておきましょう。術の発動条件が私の予想通りならば、どうせすぐに戦となる。
私たちはね、戦争をしに来たの。そのためにあなたが欲しい。だから乗ってもらうわよ、藤井君。もうあなたにとっての日だまりなんかこの世界のどこにもない。上の意向次第ですぐに開戦となるかはわからないけど、遅かれ早かれあなたと私たちは敵対する。
くそ、何してんだあいつ。
レイ、来たんだ。
お前何もやってないよな。たまたまここでそんな変なの見つけたから、なんとなくその好奇心で。帰ろう、かすみ。風邪ひくぞ。
Episode 15. Ihr Leichen ist mein Schwert. Welcome back to Dies Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, a huge story exposition dropped, basically. Our protagonist is actually the killer. Well, actually, no. Well, kinda. It's weird. Our good friend is actually been killing for us so we can, like, get souls to power ourselves up or something like that. It's not really explained very well. Our good friend has been killing people indiscriminately, even ourselves. Now she attacks us. Something invisible sliced into my cheek. Oh man, this music is straight up awesome. The finale of our we're not even done with the prologue. Draws nigh. I have offered this opera to both my sworn friend and beloved. Go now, my substitute. Become the lead actor and dance upon its stage to your heart's content. What just happened? There were about 5 meters between Kasumi and me, so we couldn't have touched each other physically. It wasn't like she had thrown anything either. And yet there was blood pouring down my torn cheek. The pain I had felt for but a moment was no doubt caused by a sharp blade of sorts. How in the world did... No. The bigger question was the why of it. Why did Kasumi...
男の専売特許じゃない。女から奪い取ってものにするの。これから先はあなたが一人でやればいい。
What? Sakura's voice replayed in my head. In other words, I had to stop Kasumi while she was still in the state and prove myself to be the master? I gained some distance between us by instinctively dodging the invisible thing. The chaos enveloping my mind has yet to let up.
彼女のことを思うなら殺し役をさっさと廃業させてあげなさい。
Do we gotta kill our friend? Sakurai urged me to claim it for myself. Wait, urged me claim it for myself. I guess that's okay. If I was to take those words at face value, she probably meant that I had to render Kasumi powerless. And I would have loved to do that without having to end up in a situation like this. A single glance at Kasumi's dull, unfocused eyes made it clear she was in a trance. The fact she attacked me in a state like that could only mean that she was being controlled. Unless I cut her strings now, she'd just start killing again. At the very least, I had to prevent that from happening. But how?
There.
Kasumi sluggishly raised her right hand with the same blank expression as before.
ちゃんと避けてね。
Another invisible slash. Once again, I relied on my instincts to leap away, but ended up receiving a slash to the chest this time around. And it didn't stop there, oh no. 4 more slashes followed. I couldn't quite confirm this due to their invisible state, but a direct hit from the decapitating slashes that merely grazed me a moment before would no doubt kill me instantly. From its vicious ferocity, lethal prowess, and odd obstinacy to constantly aim for the neck, regardless of the angle, I concluded that this blade to be that of a guillotine, much like the one in my dream. It was an instrument of executions that existed for the sole purpose of beheading its victims. I kept rolling and avoiding the decapitating blade, finding myself cornered by its incessant barrage of slashes. The slashes, traces of which I felt on my skin, seemed haphazard and disorganized. Hardly something I could attribute to a diligent kendo student like Kasumi. That, however, made them difficult to predict. I soon found my body whittling down with each slash I failed to dodge. No. Each burning, freezing, and numbing slash that hit me sent me another step closer to death. Surges of unnaturally intense pain ran through me. They were clad in deadly poison, which meant they weren't simply cutting my flesh. They reaped and devoured something far more basic. Something fundamental for all living beings to exist. As such, even a mere graze would continue to rob me of life without halt, ultimately resulting in my death. Amidst the maddening pain and fear that made me want to scream, every single drop of falling rain felt like a storm in itself. But no matter how much pain and fear I endured, this self-centered reason would not drive me to back down. And at this rate,
どうしたの？
Kasumi gave me a curious look when she realized that I'd stopped moving. There was no doubt that I'd die instantly if she attacked now, but I shut out my fear with all of my might. For my heart burdened with a feelings far stronger than that.
ねえよ。お前に手なんかあげられない。
Those were my true feelings. Nothing else mattered.
俺のせいなんだろう。俺が変なやつだからたまたま近くにいたお前がそんな目に遭ってんだろう。だったらお前は被害者だ。
If only I hadn't seen it on that fateful day. Kasumi shouldn't have gone through any of this. She should have been enjoying her normal life, the same way she'd always had. She did nothing wrong. She was sane. She simply ended up drawing the short end of the stick by getting caught up in all this situation. And I was supposed to attack her for something like that? I couldn't use magic, superpowers, or hypnotism. If I was to render Kasumi powerless in her current rampage, all I could do is punch her or something. But I couldn't bring myself to do that. The one who put Kasumi through all this pain was me, so I couldn't resort to violence with her, no matter the reason. If my death could bring Kasumi back to normal, I would gladly bite off my own tongue. And this wouldn't end until I stopped her? Screw that. There was no way in hell I could do that. Not a chance.
目覚ましてくれよ。お前が正気になってくれたら俺何でも言うこと聞くから。正直たまにうざいとかうるさいとか思ってたけど、それでもお前には感謝してる。これ以上こんなものは見たくないんだ。かすみ、頼むから。
I wanted to believe that her lack of response meant my voice was getting through to her. That she had lost her willingness to fight. What was wrong with having the naive hope that she'd go back to normal once it reached out my hand and touched her on the shoulder? Even if... It resulted in this. My right arm was cut from the space between my middle and right fingers all the way up to the tip of my shoulder. I needed to hold back my screams. Men weren't supposed to make a fuss. I don't know, man. I'd be screaming like a little girl in your situation. This pain was nothing. I took it as punishment for worrying all this time without ever noticing what she was up to like a total dumbass. Nah, this was nowhere near enough. The spoiled idiot needed to take responsibility for his actions.
追いかけて抱きしめて慰めてあげないと男が廃るってものじゃないの
Agreed. Any bastard that went away from this pain in fear was no true man. I was annoyed to be agreeing with her, but I'd come to realize what I had to do. I would get right up to Kasumi without hurting her, or fear getting hurt, then embrace her. I didn't expect to earn her forgiveness with just that, but fortunately, with my brain all out of whack, that was all I could think of. I'd be damned if I let this end the same way I did with Shiru. I was gonna lose anyone else. Dear, you held something. The more painful it was to realize you never get it back once lost. Holding the wrist of my torn right arm, I slowly stood up. I had already lost a severe amount of blood, but none of it mattered. I took a step. And another. Completely ignoring the flying invisible blade, I began to approach Kasumi. Even if my arms, legs, and even head were sliced off, I wasn't going to piss my pants at the sight of this fake guillotine. If I was its true master, then I had no place acting like it was better than me.
女を盾に取るような真似してないでかすみを離せ。俺の方に移ってこい。そいつは何の関係もないだろう。
Right as I said that,
どうして
Kasumi? Kasumi abruptly began to mutter something.
なんでいつもそんなこと
She spoke in such a quiet voice, I had trouble picking it all up. But her tone carried energy too. It felt nothing like the monotone manner of speaking she used up until now. She raised her chin, looked me in the eyes, and...
どうしてなんでいつもそんなことばかり言うのよ
Is she back?
どうしてレンは私に気を使ってばっかりやだよそんなの嬉しくないよ
Kasumi muttered the words like a done a delirium, but her voice was steady, and a smile on her lips. Her eyes were still as hazy and lifeless as before, her expression lost on the boundary between sanity and madness.
ねえそんなに私空気読めてないのかな大事なところであんたの邪魔とかしちゃうのかな私じゃ役に立てないのかな私にできることはないのかな私があんたを助けることってできないのかなちょっとだけ悔しいよ何か悩んでるくせに教えてくれない
Were those her true feelings?
シロいなくなっちゃったしレン態度に出さなくてもきっと辛いんだと思ったから私頑張ろうと思ったんだよ
I know you did.
だからいつも考えてたのどうしたらレンは喜んでくれるのかな態度よそよそしいんだもん冗談でごまかしたって私分かっちゃうんだもん
You know me a little too well.
私をすぐのけ者にしたりそんなの嫌だよ
かすみ
The decapitating gale died down. My body might have stopped receiving wound after wound, but her words pierced my heart like a spear.
シロの時と同じだよ関係ないって私に何も教えてくれないねえどうして
That wasn't something I could answer. Because I felt like it was something that she couldn't get involved with. I'd never once taken her presence lightly. Ever. Quite the opposite. It was because I valued her that I...
同じだよ 私いつも悔しかった。私はいつも蚊帳の外に置き去りで。
それとあいつはお前がそんなこと考えるような。
それでも羨ましかったの。形なんかどうでもいい。ただ特別なんだってことが羨ましいの。憧れるの。私もそこに入りたかったの。だから頑張って頑張って頑張って頑張って。でもどうしていいかわからなくてわからなくてわからなくてわからなくて。だったらせめて私は自分にできることをやりたいって。何か一つ何でもいいから私にしかできないことで蓮の力になれたらいいなって。ずっとずっとあんたが入院してから今までずっとそんなことを考えてたらね。
Kasumi sounded like she was ready to break down in tears. There's nothing wrong with anything she'd said. She's simply worried over not being able to find a way. Most people were like that. There was no easy way to tell what the best possible choice was in a given situation. Therefore, you consider foreknowledge supreme. As Kasumi wondered, lost and confused, which path of the unknown she ought to take, something extraordinary. Something that should have been left alone. Something no child of man should have lent an ear to, flooded into the crevice of her heart and mind like a venom.
私こんなになっちゃったよ。
My vision wavered. My breathing stopped. I found myself struck with the urge to rip my heart out of my chest. My rage had reached a critical peak. I gritted my teeth to the point of breaking them, causing cracks to spread all across my jawbones. I couldn't forgive myself for driving her to this state. And likewise, I couldn't forgive this powerlessness of mine. And so I made a heartfelt wish. A wish for power. Power that could save her. Oblivious to what that truly meant.
私今なら蓮の力になれるよね。
She unleashed another decapitating slash. It approached the nape of my neck, rushing up from the lower left. I could clearly make out the trail left by the path of its slash from start to finish.
けど
I didn't dodge it. There was no need to. For this, it belonged to me from the very beginning. I had to claim it for my own, in order to ensure that Kasumi never did something like this ever again. And so, what I heard next was not the sound of cleaving flesh, but that of a Kasumi's astonished gasp. The invisible guillotine soaring through the air evaporated a split second before it reached my neck.
なんで
Once again, the invisible blade soared toward me from every angle imaginable, left, right, diagonal, or above, all at pretty much the same time. Its only aim, my exposed neck.
嘘。
In all honesty, I did nothing. But for some reason, the blade wouldn't reach me. I wasn't doing it consciously. I didn't try to make it happen, but right now, for some reason, as if it was completely natural, I caught the flash coming from the side with my slashed right hand, but my arm was not severed. Instead, the wound closed up around the blade, melding with it.
なんでどうして
I had no idea. However, there was one thing I could say for sure.
お前にこれ以上そんなことをしてほしくないんだよ。力にならずっと前からなってるよ。お前が分かってないだけで俺ずいぶん救われてる。
I wasn't lying. In particular, her presence over the past few days kept my mind stable. She was a symbol of the hopelessly boring yet wonderfully mundane day-to-day life I held so dear. A ray of sunlight I never wished to be robbed of.
お前がそこにいてくれないと俺は帰ってこれなくなる。だから頼むよ。お前はこっちに来ないでくれ。 わがまま言って悪いけど、そうしてくれなきゃ俺はこの先。
I wouldn't be able to fight those freaks. Regardless of what it took, I wouldn't be able to teach those bastards a lesson from laying waste to our day-to-day lives.
じゃあ
Once Kasumi was up close, she looked up and into my eyes before continuing. And just for a moment, I saw a look of self-mockery on her face.
私はやっぱり蚊帳の外ってことじゃないの。
The moment she uttered that, all strength left her body. I reached out, catching her before she could fall.
なんかもうバカみたい。
Our bodies were cold, perhaps due to the continuous downpour. Yet the little warmth that did reach me felt wonderful beyond belief.
ごめんな、本当。こんなことになっちまって。許してくれとか言えないよな。でも大丈夫だから心配するな。あとは全部俺が絶対なんとかするから。
レンのバカ、結局全然分かってないよ。私、あんたが一人で無茶するのもうやめてって言ってるのに、どうして譲ってくれないかな。
仕方ないだろ、勝負なんだ。
I knew it to be a cliche, but I couldn't help but feel like this was the nature of men. They were cowards who would try to act tough, put on a show of false bravado, play it cool, and even take a bullet for a girl. I couldn't let it be the other way around. I wouldn't accept someone like that as a man, nor would I see any value in their lives. In the end, we found no answer for the endless argument between Kasumi's dissatisfaction and my wish. But the one thing I could say for a fact that was above all else, we both shared the same fear of losing that which we cared about. In that case, I had but one thing to do. I had no idea if she believed what I was about to tell her, given how many promises I'd broken up until this point, but...
帰ってくるから。
Saying that, making a sworn oath, was all I could do right now.
絶対俺戻ってくるから。お前はなんていうか留守守っててくれると助かるな。
This is a promise she's gonna keep. I have a feeling.
もう勝手なことばっかり。ほんと面倒だよね。だけどそんなレンだから。
Kasumi's voice sounded peaceful now, almost like an evil spirit had been exorcised from her. As I held her in my embrace, I felt something from her body enter mine. It flooded into my cut right arm, sealing up the wound like it was driving a wedge into it. I felt the sensation of a foreign object entering my arm, the sensation of receiving power, coupled with the dread of no longer being truly human. More importantly, I was relieved that Kasumi no longer had it. I had no more reason to worry. Kasumi was no longer involved with this.
絶対勝手にいなくならないでよ。
As Kasumi finally lost consciousness, I firmly embraced her body. So I would never forget her warmth. So I would never lose this resolve. Tonight, I had obtained power and stepped out of the sunlight and into the shadow.
そして彼と彼女はつがいとなった。喜んでもらえるかな、マルグリット。そして我が親愛なる獣殿。これより彼は私の代替として機能する。このシャンバラにスワスチカを完成させ、怒りの火を演出する。まあ最もいささか善とは多難であるが、これ以上の介入は無粋であろうし、 私はおとなしく観客に身をやつそう。差し当たって問題があるとすればクリストフだが。
素晴らしい。
あの男もまたどうして私の好みに合う。
Christoph. No, we don't know him yet, right? I don't think we've seen him yet.
実に有意義。これで第一のスワスチカが完成し、副資料閣下の穴も埋まりました。準備はおおむね整ったと言えるでしょう。ああ、いや、しかしまだ早いしまだ甘い。あとほんの少しだけ、最低でも形勢を覚えるくらいにはなっていただかないと困るのですが、どうでしょうね、そのあたり。
Trifa clapped with excess enthusiasm as he beheld the guillotine. The blade had vanished. The priest was bleeding an unnatural amount of blood from his hands, feet, and flank. He wasn't injured. No, this was his stigmata, a type of infectious spiritual ailment caused by a higher will. Wherein lay the cause of this phenomenon? True, the priest was bleeding in the exact same places as Christ during his crucifixion, yet Trifa himself was by no means a sacred man. Furthermore, this museum air was stagnant with something sinister, something indescribable. For instance, indeed like a burnt field left by a bombing that robbed hundreds and thousands of their lives, the stench of death, not unlike that of abandoned battlefields, lingered heavy in the air. Perhaps calling it a swirling mist of miasma would be a touch more apt. No man possessed of a sane mind would wish to remain here for any longer than a handful of seconds.
レオンハルトの報告次第になりますが、場合によっては間を置かず、次のスワスチカを起こすことになるやもしれません。となれば、誰を捧げるのが望ましいか。正直私も、そろそろ馬鹿し合いには疲れてきているのですがね。
Blood kept trickling down from his wounds without halt, spreading all across the floor. The amount he had lost would no doubt kill a lesser man, yet not only did the priest exhibit no signs of collapsing, he stared ecstatically at his own stigmata. This was an oath, something to be proud of. The marks of submission inflicted upon his flesh by the lance of Longinus howled in the night, for it was a sign of loyalty carved into him by their lord and master, the golden beast.
このうずき、いずれハイドリ秘境がお戻りになられる。その時、醜態を晒さぬよう気を引き締めてまいりましょう。何せ61年ぶりになるのですから、不手際があって処刑されてはたまりません。
The priest reverently made a sign of a cross, or the way his words were uttered betraying a touch of intentionality.
主よ、彼らに永遠の安息を与え、絶えざる光もて照らしたまえ。褒め歌を捧げるはシオンにてふさわしく、主への請願はエルサレムにて果たされん。我が祈りを聞きたまえ。生きとし生けるもの、すべては主に帰せん。彼らに永遠の安息を与え、絶えざる光もて照らしたま
え。His requiem broke the silence. Whoever the addressed may have been, one thing remained clear and evident, that the miasma blanketing this place grew denser and denser by the second.
今宵はここまで。さあ、忙しくなります。面白くなります。
Okay, so they have to get swastikas. And the first one's done. I don't know how many they have to get. I don't know what it means for a swastika to be complete or not. I'm sure we'll find out. But whatever happened, happened. And this is bad.
楽しみましょう。
And
歌いましょう。
I mean, they're obviously
踊りま
happy.
しょう。力の限り。
So I'm assuming things are going to plan.
ちわくちわく。胸が高鳴る。では一刻も早く次なる手を打たなければいけませんね。
Is that in the background? Oh, it's the guillotine. Turning around, the tall priest left in a hurry. His inability to restrain laughter likely a sign that war had, at long last, come to the town of Suwahara. And so, I carried the unconscious Kasumi back home. I doubted I even understood a tenth of what exactly happened to us tonight. The fog of mystery still remained. A time might come where all was made clear, but it'd be more pragmatic and logical to get what I do know out straight, rather than think about what I don't know. So what I did know was that the culprits behind the serial killings, it was me, Kasumi, and whoever was controlling us. The being Sakurai and Rusalka refer to as Mercurius. Could he possess others through occult means? Or did he possess some kind of magic to control others with? I had no clue, but anyway, he chose me. And now that I'd become like this, I vowed at least to make good use of it. I wouldn't let anyone lay another hand on Kasumi. I wouldn't let her get involved with this again. Strictly speaking, Kasumi seemed to have killed over a dozen people, but this was no longer a matter that could be solved by simply turning herself in or seeking atonement. This had already grown into a bigger problem than that. What happened to us went beyond the boundaries of what the law or mere common sense could resolve. If I had harbored any hope of solving this problem, I had to leave behind common sense. Unless I broke its chains, I could never face off against beings that existed beyond its boundaries. I would cast aside common sense, breaking free of the world I'd been a part of up until now. It was hard to explain with words, but I'd come to realize exactly how I was supposed to accomplish that. Sakurai, Rusalka, Wilhelm. I would drive them and the rest of their soon-to-arrive comrades out of the city, no exceptions. I would rid Kasumi and myself of their sight. Given my current state, that had to be at least possible. A monster against a monster. Irrationality against irrationality. Fighting fire with fire. I may not have liked it, but this was unfortunately the only way. That said, I did by no means regret my choice. Kasumi. She didn't need to know any of this. I wouldn't let her go through anything as terrifying, as dangerous as that ever again. One could call that self-righteous. I didn't give a damn about justice or morals. Kasumi meant a lot to me. Far more than the lives of strangers, that's for damn sure. I won't let anyone take her. I'll shoulder all this by myself if I have to. All of the danger, all the fear, all the sins, and all the punishment. So she needed to simply take a step out of this world and back into our old one. I'd take care of everything on this side of the equation.
そしてちゃんと帰ってくるから。
She could take that as a promise. I had no intention of letting this messed up situation destroy my world. The reason why I'd live, why I wanted to live, was because.
お前がいて、先輩がいて、つまらない学校があって、うざい悩みとか不安があって。
That hopelessly boring yet wonderfully mundane day-to-day life that meant the world to me. I wanted to return to those days, to live in that world. I wanted to grow old and die like any other person. And in order to one day return, I would now leave it behind. So I would really appreciate it if you could keep your eyes closed for a little while.
レン、ここどこ？
お前の部屋だよ。
I never thought it would be this hard to make myself sound as normal as possible.
体調平気か？お前いきなり倒れたんだぞ。こっそり酒でも飲んでたか？
私倒れたの？
ああ、連れて帰るのに苦労した。
そうなんだ。ごめん。
気にするな。
We have to protect her from everything. She really appeared to have no memories of the murders. In the end, she was like a subunit compared to me. Now that the power had been transferred to me, She no longer possessed those excess memories. Thank goodness. I could at least be grateful for that. I couldn't let her bear the burden of having to live with that. I'd shoulder it all in her stead.
ねえ、なんか前にもこんなことがあったよね。シロがいなくなっちゃう前に。レン、あの時と同じ顔だよ。何考えてるの？
別に。
It was nothing. No big deal at all. Just something really, really, really stupid. Much like back then.
お前脱がして着替えさせたの俺だから、そこらへんどう言い訳しようか考えてただけ。
Looks like she finally noticed.
バカ、見たな。
She's cute.
悪い。でも雨降ってたから服濡れてたしな。
I got rid of her blood-stained clothes. I'd buy her the same outfit and put it in her closet, and she'd be none the wiser. She'd never need to know.
しょうがなかったんだよ。多めに見てくれると助かる。
ありがとう。
Look at that smile.
レン
It's
な
so
ら
cute.
気にしないよ。
そっか。
ちょっと恥ずかしいけどね。
Man, looking at the feebly joking Kasumi's face felt like a dagger in my heart. All my crappy acting did was give her more pain.
もう寝ろよ。それでなんだったらお前しばらく学校休め。
平気だよ。心配性だな。
お前に言われちゃおしまいだ。
Despite cracking jokes, Kasumi soon fell asleep. She looked genuinely exhausted.
安心して寝てろ。
Her nightmare had come to an end. She wouldn't have to worry about a thing.
あとは俺が。
We'll take care of it. After balling my right hand into a fist, I opened it again. My wound had now completely healed, leaving behind only a strange sensation. My arm felt heavy as steel, but my bones neither creaked, nor did I experience even the dullest sensation of pain. I knew, not through reasoning or logic, but sheer intuition, that my arm now sheltered a guillotine. It could decapitate people with ease. And so... a burning sensation of pain flared up in my neck, one akin to being cut by a blade. I understood in that instant that it served as our so-called proof of our contract. I ran a finger along my neck and could tell, even without a mirror, exactly what had happened to it. A decapitation scar ran across my neck, the very same mark of the guillotine that girl had. It seemed like I'd have to cover it with a scarf for a little while.
利用したければ利用してみろ。こっちもそうするつもりだからな。
That's right, you tell him. Naturally, my declaration elicited no response. I was simply fortifying my resolve. Tomorrow would mark the beginning of my life in the world of the extraordinary, and I was determined to make sure I survived whatever it decided to throw my way. Swastika 1 of 8. Chapter 3, End of Nightmare.